Dusseldorf Caravan Salon, 31st of August 2017. This is the XT Trend from British producer Lunar, and as you can see, it's got a slide out, and it's the first company in the UK which mass produces vehicles with slide outs. There are other companies that actually do it, such as RS Motorhomes, but they make big things and they make them specially to order. So this is a small van and it's got a slide out. Let's have a look at some more details, such as the price, which is €62,000. It's 620 centimetres long. It's only 201 centimetres wide. Now that has got to be a very positive thing. And total height is 301 centimetres. For me, I find that rather attractive. It's tall and it's thin. Actually, that's just the way I like women. Anyway, apart from that, oh sorry, I forgot to add the, it says 63, I think it's a 62, 63,000 by the time you've added the freight, the delivery. Right, let's have a look inside, because you'll want to see how this slide out works, what with the slide out being the most exciting thing about it. So, it's got the steering wheel on the wrong side and the door on the wrong side because it's a British model. So, right hand drive. Let's have a look where the steering wheel is, because I know some of you in the United States would want to see that. And it's a Renault. Now I just did a film called Renault at Caravan Salon. I did mention there was only two companies off the top of my head I could think of on a Renault base, which is Lunar and Ahorn. I couldn't think of anywhere else, but I'm sure there are other companies that actually do it. Right, you've got a lounge down here. Now this is a campervan conversion, so you can't expect too much. And remember, it's only 2 meters wide, so it's going to be quite narrow. So you've got 4 seats here. Table fits in down there, so you can sit around the table. So that's the first thing. And you've got here open to the world, by the lake, by the sea, by the mountains, and you've got a big view of it. And if you've got lots of creepy crawlies around, you could use the Moschettiera if there were one. In this case there isn't, so that might be something you want to add to it. Of course, it could have been planned for the UK, in which case you don't have to worry about things such as that too often. Right, you've got here 2 burners on the hob, and the sink is here. If you're thinking that's a small sink, well, it isn't particularly big, but it's only 2 meters wide, and I'm going to keep repeating that until the point gets driven home. Plenty of storage under the kitchen area, and oh, let's come to the very back. That's what you want to see in any case. Right, here we started to do this. Now I can't actually lay the whole thing out myself, so I've only got one hand free because the other hand is holding the camera. But to give you the idea, you've got a table that goes here, right? The table has been put down. There's the stalk for the table, just in case you didn't believe it was a table. And then you've got with these cushions, which you see around, that gets in there. And in here, this place here, you've got a board. There's some boards. They go down, or it goes down here, fills in that under here, oh, and under there. So it goes in there, sort of slides, and there's a bit of a groove down there. I don't know if you can see it or not, probably can't. Sorry, it's the way I'm holding the camera. The groove goes down there. Sorry, maybe you didn't see, but there is a groove. Take my word for it. There's a groove down there. The board goes in there, and you use the cushions to fill that out, and you've got your bed. You haven't got much storage under it, and you're going to have even less when the slide out is taken in. Now, how does the slide out come in? Because you can see it's quite a deep one, quite a clever one. So it's going to slide back down here. See that, sliding back down here, which means to say that you've got to get rid of the cushions. Well, we'll just stick the cushions in the back for the moment. And there's another. So you can see there's the slide out. You've got the bit down there, and that slides back down here like that. So that's how the slide out works. get where you want to go, and you put your cushions back. It does give a bit more space, gives us space with lots of headroom. As a gimmick, I'm sure it'll do very well for Lunar, but I'm afraid that's how I see it. It's a bit of a gimmick in this case. Often you see with slide outs, particularly American ones, you see there's a slide out and what they've got a couch in an inconvenient position, and you think, well, what's the point of that? In this case, clearly, I mean, it does make a bed, so that's quite good. And as it's only 2 meters wide, you can't expect them to make much of a bed with that. That being 2 meters wide, if you allow 10 centimeters for construction purposes at either end, the maximum you could have a bed would be 1 meter 80. But I mean, that might even be even more than 10 centimeters at either end. Okay, you've got their Thetford oven, and you've got a fridge below it. You've got, well, I'm not opening this earlier to show the board, I'm going to open it again. Plenty of hanging space there. You've got telly antenna going onto the roof up there. You've got up there a sunlight, skylight I should say. If it's in the UK you call it a rain light. That was a joke. And you've got a washroom here, which incidentally is quite big really. Domestic plug. Just about everybody's got domestic plugs this year. I think that's a pretty good idea. Now, for a vehicle of this length and width, which is 2 meters, which I think I might have mentioned already once, it's quite a good sized wet room. I think personally I prefer it if it had a window in, maybe in the roof or something, but other than that I think that's pretty good really. And there you can see in the mirror, there is a mirror, there's the camera in the mirror, and there's me! Possibly. Yes, I'm there. Right. So what else can I tell you about it? Is it available now? How long do you have to wait for it if you want it? Well, at the moment waiting times are pretty long. I was just talking to somebody on another stand that was clever, who also owns Pössl, and they're over a year. For this I think the waiting times are 9 months, something like that. I suppose that's a good sign everybody wants to buy a camper van these days, so that is rather positive. And of course if you buy it new, you'll get the benefit of the slide out. You won't find any slide outs on the second hand market at all. This is what you're looking for. If you want a thin vehicle, okay, then that's the number one thing I would say. It's the thinness. And actually, while I'm standing here, bearing in mind it's a very thin vehicle, but look at the amount of space you've got there also between the seats. One negative thing, this is a very negative thing, I personally think, you've got the brake in the gangway there. It's better that you operate the brake from your, well, if you sit on the left and left hand side, it should be on the right hand side in this case. Okay, so that's this unusual vehicle from Lunar, but Lunar do lots of other things. I filmed a couple of them in Birmingham last year. And you can see them, such as that's a, what's that called, Cassini or something, E-L or Cassin, I can't quite see it from here. That's called a Roadstar. I think that name is used by other companies. And Lunar claims to be a leading light. So, see my other films if you're interested. And there may be more information on my site, www.motorhomefulltime.com.